Hello everyone, welcome in to my channel. So I'm about to do a reading for Capricorn. Right now it is 555, as I was starting this reading. Okay, so you could be seeing the number 555. All right, change is significant. Okay, so the card that just fell out of this deck is the letter. You are about to receive some news. Okay, and this is card number 20. So Taurus energy is significant. Taurus is the second zodiac sign, so Venus is significant. Okay, something about the root chakra also is significant too, so you could be seeing 444 as well. The number 51 as well as 15 could be significant. That's making me think about Capricorn. That's your energy with the devil. Okay, so something around contracts, around bondage, temptation could be significant as well. So I did pre-shuffle before I came in to your reading. Okay, and then wow, we have at the bottom of the deck, this is card number 30. Okay, the beauty of a night sky. The stars could provide the guidance you're looking for. Okay, so something around your birth chart could be significant, Capricorn. Okay, I could be talking to a Capricorn who maybe has been looking into their astrology in a certain type of way. Okay, you could also be seeing 144. The Kundalini is significant. Clearing something out of your chakras is significant as well. Like, I feel like you are releasing something at this time. Okay, you could also be seeing the numbers 316 or 613 as well. What else did I have for you? Yeah, I feel like there's also the energy of needing to come up with like a practical plan. Okay, someone in your energy could be rushing in. Okay, this could be shocking to you. This could come after a time where maybe you felt like you weren't going to reconcile with someone. Maybe you don't want to reconcile with someone, but this person is still rushing in. So we do have the Knight of Swords at the bottom of this deck, and behind that we have the Four Wands with the Three of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so someone could be wanting to come in, right? Somebody wants union with you. Someone wants partnership. All right, this could come after a time of release, right? After a time of healing. All right, but let's see. I almost feel like, Capricorn, there is something that you went through, something that you alchemized. Okay, something internally that you cleared that is allowing for something to come in for you. Something or someone. Okay, you could be embarking on new adventures as well. Okay, Libra energy, Aquarius energy, and Gemini is also significant. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna start with this deck. All right, Spirit, give me the energy for Capricorn. What is it that Capricorn needs to know today? All right, so we have running, ghosting, disappearing, and invisible. At the bottom of the deck, we have escaping, avoiding, blocking, and pushing away. All right, what else? And I just saw 414, so you could be seeing 414. I don't know if I said 144, but that is significant to the Kundalini. Okay, so we have foundation, established, family, security, and then we have releasing, and that is in the reverse, letting go, moving on, and walking away. So somebody could have ran from a foundation. Okay, somebody could have ran from a connection or a union. All right, and they're wanting to come back. They're wanting to rush in. Okay, with this Knight of Swords and this Four of Wands. Okay, there could be something of the past that this person hasn't yet released, right, Capricorn? Like somebody from the past may not be able to release you. We do have the Six of Cups, okay, and that is behind this Three of Swords in the reverse. And then we also have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So the Queen of Swords is in the reverse to the Knight of Swords, okay. This Queen of Swords could be an older feminine in your energy, all right. The Knight of Swords could be a younger masculine, so that could be like somebody's mother, a mother figure, all right. Let's see. Clarify this running for me, Spirit. Okay, so we have Divine Masculine. And then we have ecstasy in the reverse. So chasing thrills, excitement, and a good time. Okay, so yeah, we have a masculine energy here that is significant. Okay, so I could be talking to someone that's in a twin flame connection. Okay, we have apology at the bottom of the deck, forgiveness, return, and sorry. And then we have beginnings behind that, try again, new direction, and start over. So yeah, I feel like somebody wants to rush in, okay, and somebody wants to repair and heal things with you. Okay, this feels like an energy coming back in from the past. All right, so if this Queen of Swords in the reverse is a feminine in the collective that I'm talking to, and this reading is about your masculine, okay? Let me see, what's behind this Queen of Swords in the reverse? We have the Seven of Wands. So standing your ground, fighting for something. Because the Queen of Swords in the reverse is like a cold type of energy, right? Like a bitter type of energy, okay? But it's also making me think like, if I am talking to, let's just say I'm talking to a divine feminine, right? And you had a situation with a masculine in the past, right? This Queen of Swords could be in the reverse, maybe because you're not speaking to this person, okay? You could be in this energy of defense, okay? Mentally cut off from this connection, all right? But this masculine is still going to try to come in and still try to rush in to fix something with you. Or I also feel like this Queen of Swords in the reverse could be somebody's mother, okay? This could be somebody's ex as well, all right? That could be trying to stop and block this masculine energy from coming towards you, all right? But we're gonna see, we're gonna clarify some more. But so with running and ecstasy in the reverse, I almost feel like this masculine could have felt like they were running from you, okay? Maybe somebody really realized that they were running from themselves, okay? So this energy could have been like running from themselves, disappearing, becoming invisible, okay? Chasing thrills, okay? But now ecstasy is in the reverse because it's like this energy of realizing that you're running from the wrong things. You're running from the right things and you're running directly into the wrong things, okay? So something about your foundation or something about this masculine's foundation, Capricorn, could be significant, all right? This person is probably realizing like, I cannot let this connection or this relationship go. And if this is a twin flame connection, then definitely your twin flame is never going to really be able to fully let you go. But then this is why it's also making me question this Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords in the reverse. You could be seeing 929 as well. I've been seeing 929. I actually feel like when I went out today, I saw 929 a couple of times. So 929 and 911. But yeah, with this Queen of Swords in the reverse, this is kind of making me wonder, like, could this have been the way your masculine was making you feel, divine feminine? Or is this more so like you being closed off to love, right? Like both you and your person had to go through some type of awakening, right? Both you and your person had to harmonize your kundalini energy, okay? You had to balance something out. You had to do some type of shadow work, all right? Let's see, what is this foundation? Okay, yep, we have peace, balance, harmony, and friendship. So somebody could be realizing that the foundation that they had with you actually brings them peace, okay? Look, and we have beginnings. So somebody definitely wants to try again. Somebody definitely wants to start over, okay? Let's see, what is this? And look, we have divine feminine flying out. And I was going to say, what is this releasing? So we have divine feminine over here, right, with releasing in the reverse. Then we have divine masculine over here with running in the upright, which is making me think about what I said about twin flames and about being mirrors, where if there's something inside of you, divine feminine, that you're not releasing, okay, this could have caused your masculine to run away from what is good, right, and run into the things that aren't necessarily causing them peace, right, the things that aren't bringing them harmony, right? So it's like this need of not chasing things that lack depth or that lack value or that aren't actually really satisfying your soul, okay, and moving towards what is causing you peace. What would bring you peace, right? What will cause peace to occur in your life, okay? And then we have trapped at the bottom of the deck in the reverse, stuck, tied down, and captive, okay? And then behind that we have intuition, heart song, telepathy, and inner knowing, okay? So you're no longer tied down, you're no longer stuck, okay? Your intuition, your crown chakra is opening, okay? You could be having a lot of memories too at this time, reminiscing, dwelling, and bittersweet, okay? What's this releasing in the reverse? And then we're going to move on to the tarot. Okay, so we have clinging, holding on, obsessing, and spying. Hold on, give me one more. What's this clinging? Okay, so two more. So we have realizations at the bottom of the deck, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. We have confessions, coming clean, and messages. And then we have distance, separation, space, and blockage. So, let me get one more clarified. What is this confessions with distance before I speak? Okay, so we have distracted, and that's in the reverse. So, yeah, I feel like somebody knows what they want. Like, this is the energy of knowing what you want. And look, we have one day, but that's in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. Someday, somewhere, another time, right? So with it being in the reverse, it's kind of making me feel like this is the energy of like, this is incoming, this is happening now, where a confession could be coming, okay? Someone could be holding on to you, clinging, right? Because I do have clinging over here with divine feminine, okay? So yeah, this masculine could be over here, right? In this energy where it's like they're acting as if they're running, okay? But something is going on internally within both parties within this connection. I feel like it's going to move towards peace and the foundation being restored, okay? Somebody could have some type of confession, All right, when it comes to the distance that was created between this divine masculine and divine feminine, somebody could have some confessions about what was going on with them, okay? And I just looked up, I saw 1515. My son is calling me to come scratch his back. I don't know, that could be significant to some of you guys. And look, I just opened to memories. Okay, so there's like a net or fly or something in my room, and I don't know like why that feels like significant to like monitoring spirits. And I just saw 1551 again. Okay, that devil energy, Capricorn, that's your energy. But yeah, so my son just asked for a hug. I wanted to like stop and just light some Palo Santos really quickly. And I also needed to I just wanted to look up, right, like what's the significance of a back scratch, because that feels significant. My son is a Cancer. His birthday is 7/11, so you could be seeing those synchronicities. 7/11, 11/7, those are twin flame numbers. Anyways, all right, well, let's just reset the energy. Okay, Spirit, we need clear and concise messages, no interference. Okay. All right, so somebody could be having like heart chakra is significant. Okay, so a back scratch. A back scratch provides deep physical relief and emotional connection. It triggers the brain to release happy chemicals like serotonin and oxytocin, increases blood flow to tight muscles, and builds trust between people. Okay, so you and your person could be about to rebuild the trust and or the emotional connection between the two of you. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna jump right back into the reading. I just wanted to look that up really quickly, because I don't know, I just felt like it's definitely significant. Okay. And what I was gonna say too, right before he walked in asking for his hug, is yeah, memories, right? So when he came in to ask for the hug and I flipped the deck open to memories, it was making me think like, okay, back scratches, it could be significant, right? You and your person could be about to get together, reminisce about the memories that you've had and that you've shared together. Okay, like there's this energy of like releasing pain, right? An ending of a separation could be significant, because we did see the Six of Swords in the reverse. Maybe there's like a memory that is significant with you and your person, like in reference to like your person always asking you to scratch their back or something. Okay, but all right, let's see, Spirit, what else for Capricorn? Let's jump into the tarot. Okay, so first card out, we have Justice. Okay, so that is literally balance. Okay, contracts are significant. Okay, what else? We have the Magician. So Justice with the Magician, and look, here's that King of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, and the Ace of Pentacles. All right, what else, Spirit? Okay, and then we have the sun. So Justice, the Magician with the sun. And look, we literally have the moon at the bottom of the deck. You could be seeing 212, and you also could be seeing 121 as well. So with the sun and the moon, this is definitely like giving yin yang energy, twin flame energy, right? So something is balancing out, okay? And with this sun, okay, it's making me think of the solar plexus, all right? But I also, is the sun is Leo energy, right? So Leo does speak to like children, creativity, joy, right? Happiness. Okay, so I almost feel like something is balancing out externally in the 3D, okay, for you to actually see. The Magician, that is Mercury, so Gemini and Virgo is significant, all right? The sun and the moon. Libra energy, so Venus. I feel like something is balancing out when it comes to your thought process and your emotions, right? This sun energy could literally be you opening your heart, divine feminine, the masculine opening his heart, you know, whoever it is that I'm talking to, you know, who's ever currently watching. But yeah, I feel like this is like your heart opening, like you're coming into some type of clarity, to some type of awakening. Okay, you're balancing out things when it comes to your heart and your mind. All right, what is this? Justice. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune speaks to cycles, karma, okay, cause and effect, fate as well. What's the Magician? Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So this is the energy of like getting your mind right, getting your mind together, having all the tools, all the resources, coming out of some type of anxiety, okay? What's this Sun? Okay, so we have the King of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so I don't really like the King of Swords is in the reverse. Let's see, what's this Wheel of Fortune over here with Justice? I'm gonna get back to the King of Swords in the reverse. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so the Eight of Cups, that's walking away, that is seeing the bigger picture. All right, I feel like something was fated to move forward. Something was fated to balance itself out. Give me one moment. Okay, so my son, he came in and asked for something. But so yeah, I feel like there's like a turning point in somebody's life, right? So the Eight of Cups, it does speak to like, you know, walking away, seeing the bigger picture. It also points to like being on a healing journey or a spiritual journey, a spiritual quest, right? Eight of Cups is Saturn and Pisces, so I'm kind of getting like the energy to have like the discipline to meet the self, right? Like, yeah, literally meeting the self, right? And especially with this Mercury energy here and this Nine of Swords in the reverse, like I feel like somebody might honestly actually be healing, okay? Well, with this Sun and the King of Swords in reverse, that's why we have to get back to that, because with the King of Swords in the reverse, the King of Swords in the reverse could be like somebody that is controlling, somebody that's overbearing, okay? Somebody who's hard-headed, probably always thinks that they're right when it comes to everything, all right? This could also be like a really detached, really cold individual, right? There could be clarity around a King of Swords, right? So clarity around, so Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, Capricorn is significant, right? But then it still makes me feel like with this Sun here and this King of Swords in the reverse, this could be the energy in which they're actually healing from, right? So this King of Swords in reverse could be this past energy, right? The past them that was detached and disconnected, standoffish, that probably didn't want to sit with their emotions. They could now be actually ready to heal. Okay, but let's see. And I just saw the Five of Cups. Okay, let's see. What is this Nine of Swords in the reverse with the Magician? Oh, wow. So we have the King of Pentacles coming out in the reverse. Okay, what's this King of Swords over here in the reverse, Spirit? And remember, we did see the the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So the King to the Queen of Swords, both in the reverse. So we have strength here. So double Leo energy. Okay, something could have happened with this masculine around Leo season. Okay, or they are having some type of like awakening during this time in Leo season. Okay, I definitely feel like there is this energy of, and look, we have the Empress at the bottom of the deck with the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Devil showing up. So there's that Capricorn energy with the Devil. So this masculine energy could be clearing up something around his foundation, around his finances, okay? This masculine energy could be realizing that they're having to embark on something different, see the bigger picture in order for something to actually change when it comes to their life. So let's just say this person was sitting here with like anxiety or some type of like mental type of issues, okay? This is like the energy of where you're going, right, compared to what it is that you're sitting in, the outcome and what's waiting for you. So like the light at the end of the tunnel, what is waiting for you is going to be way greater and way more positive than what you could even sit and imagine right now. But there's like this energy of needing to push forward, needing to keep going, all right, no matter what. Like, so, and that takes me back to this Eight of Cups, right? Because it's definitely seeing the bigger picture, okay? Moving through the challenges, moving through the struggles, and not letting your challenges and your struggles overtake you, right? And we literally have strength here, okay, with the Sun. And here we have the Ten of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this masculine felt like his divine feminine was ahead of him in some type of way. That could have been like intimidating to this masculine, all right? We have the Two of Swords that just flew out. So that's Moon and Libra. So somebody is sitting here realizing they need to make a choice. They need to make some type of decision, okay? And then we have Judgment at the bottom of the deck. So that's definitely an awakening, a reckoning, okay? And look, we have this Ten of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this is my second time seeing this Ten of Wands in the reverse. And then we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Behind that, we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So both pairs are literally out here. There's mental energy, right, with the swords. Give me one moment. Okay, so that was my son coming in here again. But so we have this Ten of Wands with this Four of Pentacles reverse and this Queen of Swords in the reverse. So the King to the Queen of Swords is in the reverse. So this could be the feminine and the masculine energy where you're both in the reverse, right? Because of some distance, because you're actively not speaking right now, okay? There could also be this energy of the divine masculine needing to release people in his energy, right, that are more so keeping him stuck, right, than actually helping him progress and move forward, okay? Because behind the Queen of Swords in the reverse, we do have Temperance in the reverse, right? So this could speak to, like, I'm getting multiple energies and multiple stories, right? So like, say if there are people, like say if this is a baby mother, or like say if this is somebody's mom, right? There could be this energy of this masculine needing to release the ones that are like in his ear, the ones that are putting the chatter about the connection, about the divine feminine, okay? Like the ones that are basically spreading misinformation or negative information, okay? But if this is you, Capricorn, all right, I don't know, this could be the energy of both like parties holding a grudge, both parties being mad at each other, right? Running from the wrong things, when really what you need to do is release the burdens that are around the connection, release the distortion that is around the connection, and work on the relationship that you and your person have together, okay? Kind of getting multiple different stories. All right, so let's go back over here to this Eight of Cups, and then that does make sense too, right? So this masculine over here probably finding some type of clarity or some strength, knowing they need to make a decision about their life, and basically saying, okay, I had to embark on this journey. I had to align with my fate. I had to align with my destiny. Otherwise, things aren't going to work out for me in the way in which I want them to. And look, we have the Five of Cups, and then we have the Eight of Swords. So mentally processing grief, mentally processing loss, right? So it's making me think about, like with the Five of Cups, it's making me think about the Two of Cups versus the Three of Cups, right? So letting go of certain connections, certain people that aren't aligned when it comes to you, okay? And focusing on that Two of Cups, focusing on balancing your energy, okay? But I feel like that's for both the divine feminine, and that's for both the divine masculine. Look, the Five of Cups. They show it back up at the bottom of the deck. Okay, what is this Eight of Cups? Okay, so we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. What's this King of Pentacles reverse? We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. I'm laughing because of the way, like, I had to scratch my head, and then the way the card flew out. What's this strength? Okay, so we have the Star. So Aquarius energy is definitely significant, okay? Healing, hope, renewal, faith. What's this Page of Wands in the reverse? We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So there is a lack of communication, a lack of emotional maturity, okay? But this also too, right? You know what I'm thinking? And look, we have the Hermit in the reverse. I just saw 3311, so you could be seeing 1133. This is kind of making me think that this could be this divine masculine energy where this is a part of their soul's journey and what they need to work through. Like there's something around their ambition, something around their self-expression, okay? Something around their emotions. And this could stem from something that was planted and rooted in them, right? From childhood, okay? With this Eight of Wands in the reverse, I feel like it's something is coming backwards. All right, something is going backwards. This could also point to like gossip too, as well. Like people gossiping, people talking. What's this Eight of Wands in the reverse? We have the Two of Cups in the reverse. So that's disharmony, a lack of partnership. What's this Two of Cups reverse? Hold on, my son. I just saw 3434. 777 is significant. You could be seeing 777. Okay, and so we have the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Cups, and then here is that Knight of Swords again, and then we have the Lovers. Okay, so Somebody is wanting to rush in, definitely, when it comes to a connection, when it comes to making a choice. This could come after a stalemate. This could come after something was delayed or something wasn't progressing with the Four of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, right? But with this Two of Cups in the reverse, right, it almost feels like, especially because this is in the section where we have the Magician, right, and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So I almost feel like this could be you, Capricorn. Like, this could be the divine feminine or divine masculine, either or. Flip the roles as to what resonates. But I feel like somebody is looking backwards towards what could have caused an imbalance in a partnership in the first place, if that makes sense. And there could be some type of issues or struggles where there was an issue that started because of like finances, right? That could have disrupted a foundation when it comes to a relationship, okay? This King of Swords too in the reverse is also making me think like maybe both parties, because we did see both swords in the reverse, right? The King of Swords and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Because I'm not necessarily looking at it like, okay, this is a negative energy. It could be the feeling of like not feeling like yourself, right? And the Star is here reminding you, right, to get that spark back, right? To come back into yourself, to align with like healing, to align with hope, to not sit in the pain of the past. Okay, let me go back over here to this Page of Cups in the reverse with this Page of Wands, because I want to clarify this somewhere. What's this Page of Cups in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse? Maybe this is also too this masculine energy feeling like embarrassed. We have the King of Wands in the reverse. What's the King of Wands in the reverse? Here we have the King of Cups. All right, sorry y'all, because my son, he was in there making all of this noise. Okay, so with this King of Cups right here, Page of Cups reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse, King of Wands in the reverse. I feel like somebody is just like, this Page of Cups too, you know what? It could also represent like somebody in the masculine's life. Okay, we have the Four of Wands flipping out. I was gonna say it could represent, and then we have this Five of Pentacles in the reverse. An end to a separation. Somebody coming out of the cold with this Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody's financial situation getting better, okay? With this King of Cups though, I feel like somebody is, like I said before, reconciling with some type of emotions. And look, we have the Ten of Swords. So, and then look, there's that Devil again. So Capricorn energy, like wrestling with their emotions, okay? Somebody is starting to see the bigger picture. Things are gonna balance out, but I almost feel like this is when this person decides to actually take the action towards their destiny, towards what it is that they know is really, for them, instead of acting in this immature type of way, okay? What is this Page of, what is this King of Cups? Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, that speaks to imbalance, a lack of reciprocity. Okay, and then we have the Death card coming out. So that's an ending. So, and look, we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So I'm definitely feeling like this Queen of Swords could be divine feminine, but I also feel like this could also be someone else in the masculine's energy too, where there was somebody in his energy that was holding him back, right? Like a immature feminine type of energy, okay? Like an immature feminine energy that could have been causing some type of imbalance in this masculine's life outside from his divine feminine. Or this could be the masculine realizing that imbalance, right? Some type of imbalance or something has to end in its current expression, okay? For things to actually balance out and for things to get better. And look, we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse again. So somebody wanted to come out of isolation, somebody wanting to come out of hermit mode. Okay, let me clarify this Two of Cups right here with this Eight of Wands. And I just saw the Chariot with the High Priestess in the reverse. So I definitely feel like there, somewhere in the energy, there is someone else. Okay, the High Priestess in the reverse speaks to unwanted attention, right? The High Priestess in the reverse too, like that's my crash out card. Like if I see that, that's like the crash out card. Somebody that's just loud and boisterous and just wrong. Okay, what's the Two of Cups reverse with this Eight of Wands? We have the Devil. Ooh, what's this Devil? Bondage, contracts. So we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse with the World in the reverse. So the Seven of Cups in the reverse, and that too, right, makes me think about Kundalini energy, because I think I did mention that in the beginning, right? Having a Kundalini awakening, aligning your chakras, moving energy through your chakras. Okay, finding clarity, right? Aligning at truth, letting go of the ego, right? Working through temptation, working through bondage, working through the things that are keeping you stuck. Okay, this masculine could have been in some type of connection that was keeping him stuck and keeping him away from his divine feminine. Okay, the World in the reverse does speak to an unfinished cycle. All right, but I definitely feel like there's this energy of healing. Okay, healing, seeing the truth about something. All right, let's go over here. What's this star with this strength? Okay, we have the Ten of Swords. And what else, Spirit? With the Nine of Cups. And then the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So, yep. And then look, we have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, right? Balance, harmony, duality, interconnectedness, right? So yeah, I definitely feel like you're finding strength, right? You're healing from something that was painful. There was a painful ending, okay? But you're realizing, you know, what it is that you have to drop and what it is that you have to release in order for your wish fulfillment to come in. Right? I feel like this is the energy of somebody who is sitting here like, I'm not going to over-identify with my trauma, and I'm not going to keep sitting in all of this pain with no movement, right? It's like the energy of alchemizing your shadow, opening up your heart chakra, letting love actually unlock your consciousness, okay? So, I want to get, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get, since this reading does feel like a twin flame reading, Capricorn, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a card from my twin flame ascension deck, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end your reading, okay? So increase your frequency, higher conscious awareness, and then High Priestess was at the bottom of the deck, expanding consciousness. So I feel like the feminine energy is leveling up in this connection, so the masculine energy is right behind, okay? And I just saw clearing karma. Okay, Spirit, give me a card to end this reading for my Capricorns. Okay, we have Surrender, Dark Night of the Soul, And at the bottom of the deck, we have Path of Least Resistance, Clearing Karma. And I just saw 4455, so you could be seeing 4455. So I'm gonna grab my book, find Surrender, and then I'll be right back. I'm gonna read Surrender and go ahead and your reading. Okay, so this is on page number 41, and so this is funny, right? I went to the store on my way home picking up my son from school, and we stopped at the store, and I got cheese fries. And I don't know what made me get cheese fries, because I actually like fried some chicken like earlier in the middle of the day. I was off today, so I fried some chicken, and I don't know what made me go and get cheese fries, but it's funny because I'm from Philly, right? So like we have like poppy stores out here, which we call them poppy stores, but they're basically bodegas. And I remember though, this one day, me and my twin, we had got like a cheesesteak platter and some cheese fries. And I don't know, them cheese fries was just so good. And like, for whatever weird reason, I've just been craving cheese fries. So I went, I got some cheese fries, and I was order number 41. And it was like when I was looking at the slip, like, of course I registered, like, okay, 41, 4 plus 1, that's 5, that's the Hierophant, okay. It's like I registered it, but I really wasn't like paying too much attention to it. But now that I'm doing this reading and this card is out, right, and this is literally on page 41, it's making me think of that. Okay, so the green cards, okay, all the cards that have a number 11 on them, so the 1 and 1, all of those cards are balanced between your inner masculine and feminine energies, okay? So aqua is significant, that is color green. So heart chakra. All right, so mastering the ability to surrender is crucial to moving beyond the dark night of the soul and helping you veer away from false illusions. 7 of Cups. Okay. This card suggests that you take ownership of your choices and responsibility for your actions to make better decisions going forward. And that's also like that Lover's energy too. Yin yang, balance, harmony. The Lovers for me is like the Garden of Eden, like reclaiming your mind, okay? And we did see Mercury, right? So mercurial energy, that's the Lovers, okay? Where was I at? Okay, over time, your reality will align with your higher state of being, right? As above, so below. As within, so without, right? So there's definitely the energy of not sitting in that grief, not sitting in that pain, not sitting in your past traumas, right? Because if you're constantly sitting in the past, you're constantly sitting in what is hurting you, right? You're constantly sitting in this 10 of Swords. And if you're never in this energy of releasing these burdens, right, to allow for your wishes and your hopes and your desires and your manifestations to come in, then it's like nothing is going to work for you if you don't surrender and trust the process, right? Look forward to the future to create a new reality for yourself instead of sitting and being stuck in the past, okay? So the intense challenges are not happening to you, but rather for you. What feels like torment is only guiding you to go deeper within yourself. Listen to your intuition and discover more of who you are. Honor your emotions, integrate your pain, and create expanded conscious awareness to enliven your spirit and provide personal freedom. If you continue to hold on to things that no longer serve you, it will prolong the shadow period, causing you even deeper soul pain. You are being asked to move beyond your old patterns, belief systems, and programming. Let go of self-judgment and expectation of others. Instead, stand in your own power to awaken your truth and liberate your soul. Okay, and that makes a lot of sense with us having Kundalini activation with Kundalini awakening, I'm sorry, Kundalini activation, and then flow of divine wisdom was at the bottom of my Kundalini deck. Let's get a Kundalini. You might as well for this reading. All right, Spirit, can we get a Kundalini to end this reading, please? Okay, so we have Guardian of Nature, energetic signature, okay, and then at the bottom, winding road, navigating your unique journey. So Guardian of Nature, and I'll open right to it. This is on page 148. Okay, so the Nature's Friend Oracle card resonates with souls deeply intertwined with the natural world. This card celebrates those who have a profound bond with Earth's elements, flora, and fauna. As a gardener, animal caretaker, or simply a lover of the wild, you possess a unique ability to understand, communicate, and harmonize with nature. Drawing this card is a testament to your inherent connection to the earth and its rhythms. It highlights your role as a steward to the environment, nurturing and protecting the natural world with empathy and understanding. Your presence brings balance, healing, and renewal to the ecosystems you interact with. It says your intuitive connection to nature allows you to sense subtle changes in the environment and respond effectively. This might manifest as a talent for herbalism, where you harness the healing properties of plants, or in landscape design that emphasizes ecological balance. You are a bridge between the human and natural worlds, fostering understanding and symbiose. Embrace your role as a protector and nurturer of the earth. Your connection with nature is not only a source of personal fulfillment, but also a vital contribution to the planet's well-being. People with your signature often inspire others by example, showing how sustainable practices can be integrated into daily life. You advocate for the protection of natural habitats and teach others about the importance of biodiversity. It's like, who is driving around like that outside with that loud ass car? Where was I at? You advocate for the protection of natural habitats and teach others about the importance of biodiversity and conservation. Through your actions and words, you encourage communities to adapt more environmentally friendly lifestyles, fostering a greater collective respect for our planet. And that's funny because that person with that loud ass exhaust driving around here, putting any fumes into the atmosphere. But so yeah, Capricorn, this was your reading. I hope this reading resonated. I hope you find clarity in this reading. Okay, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.